1985's Super Mario Bros. Was a smash hit for Nintendo, selling 1.2 million copies in its release month alone, exclusively in Japan. It would be crazy not to build upon that success. And with a new add-on for the NES coming out the next year, Nintendo decided to kill two birds with one stone. They had R&D 4, the studio that made the first game, produce a new set of levels on an altered version of the original game engine. This would be released 4 months after the launch of the Famicom Disk System, in an attempt to boost sales of the peripheral. In Japan, it was titled Super Mario Bros. 2 for Super players, and it was a much more difficult and sadistic take on the original gameplay. Mushrooms could kill you now, warp zones could send you backwards. What the fuck? The disk system never came to America, and eventually was rendered obsolete as cartridges became more efficient to produce. Though it was possible to make an American port for the sequel, Nintendo of America decided against it, seeing it as too hard for American players. There was still money to be made though, so a Super Mario sequel wasn't out of the picture just yet. In 1987, Nintendo released the game Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic as a tie-in for the Yume Kojo 87 event held by Fuji TV. It was based around lifting, carrying, and throwing objects and enemies, though Shigeru Miyamoto had the team incorporate elements of Mario to make it more fun. The characters of the game, Imagine, Mama, Papa, and Lena, were mascots of the festival, though Nintendo created the enemies from scratch. Though the game was developed for the disk system, Minoru Arakawa, the president of Nintendo of America, requested that it be used as the basis for an American Mario sequel. His request was approved, and R&D 4 got to work, painting over the original game, and repackaging it in an NES cartridge. Thanks to Miyamoto's previous meddling, the game was already similar enough to Mario to not raise any eyebrows, though Luigi had to be made taller than Mario to fit the original sprite's proportions. Sound effects, music, and sprite work were added to resemble the original game, and soon enough, Super Mario Bros. 2 was released in the United States in 1988 to massive success. Due to the limited changes, it stands out as an oddball in the Mario series, not featuring the Mushroom Kingdom or Bowser, and instead taking place in the dream world of Subcon. The land is ruled over by a frog named Wart, and his collection of minions has no Goombas, Koopas, or Piranha Plants. However, many elements introduced here would become franchise mainstays. Shy Guys, Bob-ombs, Pokies, Birdo. Doki Doki Panic has unintentionally left quite the impact on the Super Mario series. The game's success led to it getting re-released in Japan as Super Mario USA, and it's had a few re-releases of its own. The original sequel eventually came to America in 1993's Super Mario All-Stars, now titled Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Between a level pack and a reskin, Super Mario Bros. Wouldn't see a true sequel for 2 years, until Super Mario Bros. 3 finally released.